For in-depth interviews and insightful reviews of movies, music, and books, it's all there at avclub.com.
This is a Blog Talk Radio program called The Question with me, Doug Padgett, your host weekdays from 10 to 11 a.m. Today is Monday, May 11th, and this is part 3 of the video segment. This is also the final segment before natural health coach Shelley Padgett joins us at 11:30 for the Natural Health edition of the show. Doing a little update here on the news, things going on. Apparently our man, Barack Obama, is getting into a little bit of trouble with the colleges that have invited him to speak. Now this I don't understand. I got questions running through my head on this one, people. I don't get it. Maybe some of you get it, and if you do, call me up on the studio line, 646-929-1199, and let me know how this makes any sense. These colleges invite the sitting president of the United States to come and speak at their college, and then people throw a tizzy fit and start protesting because they don't want the president of the United States speaking at their college or university, their graduation. I really don't understand it. First off, it seems that the selection committee is picking people for some reason, and they think that maybe they want to have people that have some influence in the country and have some good words for the graduates and so on. The president's a pretty good choice. Now, I felt the same way when people were protesting the former president and the president before that. It doesn't strike me that that's... Whoa. Sorry about that. It doesn't strike me that that's something that you really ought to be doing, that you ought to be, I don't understand their point. Okay, so in this case, the particular issues for Notre Dame University revolve around President Obama's support of a woman's right to choose an abortion. And Catholic theology would suggest that it's a moral failure for a woman to have an abortion. Okay, point made. Does that mean then that the president of the United States, who does a whole lot of things and has a whole lot of positions, and it won't even be talking about that issue, can't come and address your graduates of a university? This is a major educational institution where what you're trying to do is to teach people how to think, how to grow, how to learn, and how to contribute. And what you decide to do is to protest that you don't want someone with a different opinion on one particular topic than you to come and to present to your graduates. It just seems completely cockamamie. Like if it's, hey, I don't want the guy in my backyard because I'm having a party over here and I don't like the guy and I don't like what he thinks and I don't want people talking to him, great. But you're at a university that wants to function at a national and international level, and then you're going to suggest that what you want is for the people there to only hear your opinion on a topic that is obviously held in different regard by different people. I honestly don't understand it. I didn't understand it when there were religious people doing this to Bush in Michigan. I don't understand it when there's religious people doing it to Obama in Indiana. It makes no sense. And then apparently it's not just Notre Dame where he's having these problems. At Arizona State University, there's apparently some kind of a public relations kerfluffle over the fact that they're not going to give Barack Obama an honorary degree. I almost pulled an Obamaism right there. See, here's how Obama would have said it. They're not going to give Barack Obama a honorary degree. Because I'm telling you, he leaves that there's some word for that, I can't remember in the English construct what that is. They're not going to give him an honorary degree over there at Arizona State University. And there's some there who are saying, look, it's because we decided a couple of years ago, frankly, we got together in 2003 and we said we're no longer going to give honorary degrees to sitting politicians and to donors. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to give honorary degrees to people who earned it in whatever field that they're in, as opposed to giving it just to people because they achieved in some other field. That's the real reason why they're not giving him a degree, but there's all this stir around it. And I think the 2003 decision over there is a really, really good one. Do you really think that the president of the United States is going to feel honored that he got a fake degree from your university? I mean, it's these colleges, the way that these universities and colleges think of themselves is stunning to me. You, sir, have no right to speak to our students because we disagree with you on this topic. Or we should really give you an honorary degree and just say, like, wow, what you've accomplished, that's like going to school for 8 years here at our university. Are you kidding? Really? Really? Okay, now look, maybe I'm not begging for any honorary degrees, and I'm not begging for any honorary degrees, and I don't understand them. But let's not act like it would be a big deal to get one or not to get one. It's an honorary degree. First of all, most people feel that the degrees that they earned, they basically got them because they showed up, they paid their bills, and they punched the ticket. Having a degree does not mean that you know something. It doesn't mean that you're good at something. It is the base level for an academic institution to say of you, you completed the requirements. So why an honorary degree? It's just downright silly. Hey, on the good side, though, some really good news. Shuttle Atlantis is fueling up to head up to the space, to the Hubble Space Telescope to do a few repairs. These cats, in the next day and a half, are going to be working on the Hubble Space Telescope like a couple of repair folks. 19 years old is this thing, and they got to go up, and they got to change out the gyroscope. They got to change out batteries and camera equipment and all this kind of stuff, and they say it's going to be better than ever. And you know what? One of these days, we're going to really take a good look at what comes out of that Hubble spacecraft and what comes out of the space station and what comes out of the space telescope, and we're going to start saying to ourselves, maybe this 12th and 13th century cosmology that so many people live with needs to change. Maybe we're going to pull some of our big thinking. Hey, we're down to our final 90 seconds here of this segment. Then we're going to be back with natural health coach Shelley Padgett. I just want to tell you that I didn't get to the story about Elizabeth Edwards, wife of John Edwards, presidential candidate. The guy who drives me crazy. His wife's written a book, and I kept it in my little feeder here because I thought maybe I'll talk about it, and I'm kind of glad that I came up to the 90-second point where I don't have to start thinking about John Edwards again, because I start thinking about that guy, and it just gets into my head and makes me want to have a brain aneurysm. So that's good news. Hey, those of you who are listening on Blog Talk Radio, I think you're going to have to refresh for the second half hour. Those of you who are watching on Ustream, you just keep it right where you're at. And those of you who are watching on YouTube, this is going to be another segment with Shelley Padgett, natural health coach, here on The Question, Blog Talk Radio. Conversation with me, Doug Padgett, your host, weekdays from 10 till 11.